let me start with my final report on Fae Farm, the fantasy life farming sim game that I had started last month on the Switch. I've now hung up my hoe and rake on the game and did manage to roll credits just on the cusp of me getting very bored with it. I did generally have a really nice time playing most of it, though, to be fair. Like, the gameplay is nice and simple, the mood is very cozy, and it's a really accomplished game with a lot of content, but I just think the balance wasn't it wasn't quite there to keep all areas of the game interesting throughout the game. It's a shame because I really wanted to build that autumnal utopia in Fae Farm, but it wasn't fun to do, like, all of the different things. Like, some of the upgrades felt really inconsequential, and like by the time you get to the third and final dungeon to play through, it's all just so sprawling and tedious that I found myself just plowing through it as quickly as possible so I could, roll the credits and trade the game in. Like, it's almost like at some point during development, they started to notice the balancing issues, and instead of, understandably, you can't just, like, if you're an indie company, you can't just have bottomless piles of cash where you can just go, let's just start from scratch again. Let's just rebuild all of the systems to get the balance better. Instead, they just like whacked restrictions on top of things to slow you down or hinder you, like making the dungeons too hot or too poisonous to be in. So you have to make potions to give you immunity. But making potions means getting ingredients. Getting ingredients means growing or foraging certain plants. And it's not like you ever get to upgrade like your outfit or like your equipment or something to make you permanently immune to those environments. So you never want to go back to those places if you don't have to. And in those places are all of like the minerals and ores and materials and stuff to make loads of potentially nice things. But then you quickly weigh up, that's not worth the hassle to have, which means you end the game with a whimper instead of a bang, and very few nice things. And I was left just with 3 empty houses, some rundown farms, and just a slightly sour taste in my mouth after, a really lovely first dozen or so hours with the game. But having said that, it's not a bad game. It's just an average game. But yeah, if you do really want to pick it up and play it, it's decent and pleasant enough. I never got to test out like the multiplayer online side of the game, so it's possible that would have added a bit more dynamism to the game, or at the very least populate the world with some people who weren't head-smotheringly dull as ditch water to interact with, like all of the NPCs in the game.